Anyway guys, it's a bit of Warband with Kradus. I've been too sick for a couple of months to really play this with any degree of focus, and I'm going to be going to Barcelona in a couple of days, so I have to get in a bunch of gaming while I still can. It's kind of hectic. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next couple of days. Playing everything under the sun, I think. Anyway, where we left off, Kradus is outside the village of Yalibi for some reason. I don't really remember why. And this bleached anus of a fucking Kurgat is raiding the place. Annoying, and there seems to be a bit of a raiding spree going on at the moment. Now, I've played a lot of what I like to call my practice games, where I try and figure out what to do next. But I had to stop myself because I was doing so many of them that it was turning into Groundhog Day. I was going to be able to like precog the whole thing and just see the future, and really, it was getting to be like cheating. So I had to stop doing them, take a couple of days where I don't touch Warband, and now I'm throwing myself back in. And I've come up with a bit of a plan, just to look ahead a little bit here. As you might remember that Scotty was suffering from a bit of target fixation with Jelbegi Castle here. I was like, I can get it, it's easy, I'm gonna hold that thought, because we're not going to be sieging Jelbegi, at least not for a while. But first on the docket is to do something about all this raiding. There's Kurgats everywhere. We're not even at war, if you look at the notes page and factions, Kurgats. It's a great little interface. I'm sure they're going to make it better for Bannerlord, but I like the system, you know. We're not at war. They're just raiding us because that's what they do. They're a bunch of horse lords. I don't know. I actually don't know if the different factions have different temperaments. I don't think the game is that advanced, but you start to wonder. The Nords especially, I think that basically their parents are all related. It's just a shit show. Their behaviour tends to be pretty... Oh! At this juncture I should point out that I did that flag a while ago thinking I was very funny, but I also recently tuned up all of the other faction flags as well because I just wanted to. It was something to do. I was bored. I didn't really change them a great deal, but you know, I like to think I gave them a little more class. You'll probably see them in a minute. They don't look all that different because I didn't want them to, like, scream that they'd been toyed with. Oh! Check it out, look at this guy. 2 Kurgat Lords coming. Fucking hell. Good pickings. Yeah, basically what I worked out was with all the raiding going on, there are Kurgats just everywhere. It's like a turkey shoot. So if I basically corral the fast guy north, because he's too fast for me. He's like, I don't know what 6.1 is as a unit of speed, but anyway, he's a lot faster than I am. So if I chase him north up this valley, usually I wind up running into a bunch of other Kurgat Lords and we can get a big gangbang going on. Oh, crap. It's just going to be 1v1 Logarson. Now, there's no way he's a native Kurgat. He's one of these fucking traders. And something that I'm not going to be trying to do just now, because I haven't got the attention span, is trying to convert people. But I have noticed that if you sit there saying, how do you feel about politics, and, you know, peppering them with questions, you can actually get them to defect, which is kind of funny, but seems like a bit of a fluke to me, so I'm not going to be trying to do that. And also, I just have to tell you, I've been getting a lot better with all the buttons and functions in this. Like, for instance, there's a flag thing that I never knew was there. If you hold down F1, you can actually tell them where you want them to go. I've been playing this for 15 years, I had no idea it was in there. And, just a lot of the troop selecting and stuff, and whoa! Hang on, I'm gonna try and get someone. Yeah. Just ordering the soldiers around, I've had a bit more practice with that. There's like a whole raft of things there that I was never really taking advantage of. My battle plan has always been to send Kradus in, and when he gets low health, call for help. And actually, it's ridiculous. I've had these cavalry sitting under my nose the whole time, and if you just zoom and boom the enemy armies, I mean, especially at this difficulty setting, you romp it in. It's not even a contest. So, oh. Turn my sound down a little bit. I can barely hear myself think. But anyway, I've also actually I'll turn the sound back up again because I've been loading. You probably won't hear them immediately, but I've been loading the game up with sounds from old games I used to play. So there's little Warcraft sword sounds, sounds from Myth. You probably won't even notice them because I don't exactly play. Oh! I'm talking over everything is the point. Jesus, we're really making mincemeat of these guys. How many left are there? 13. See what I mean? Look at this. Nobody can compete with my army of knights. And fuck knows how much I pay them a week. Oh, that's one thing I don't like, is they love getting in my way. Oh, get out of my... I was about to have a full-on fucking autistic panic then. Just charge. Just get out of my face. There's so much ground to cover, I don't even know what I've said so far. Yeah, I spent a lot of time acquainting myself with keyboard shortcuts, so 1 is infantry, 2 is archers, 3 is cavalry. I never ever used that. That was just an annoying thing that I'd sometimes accidentally press and go, oh no, what have I done? Turns out it's the most handy thing. And with the flag thing, I mean, I'm like, go with the flag, Rosemary. Well, they're not going to do it now because they're celebrating because we won. But, like I said, I'd really taken for granted so much in Warband. It turns out I could be, I mean, I'm already very good at it, but I could be a lot better, so that's what we're going to be striving to, oh, I got myself a fucking prisoner. Hello, Garson. Yeah. If I know anything about Warband, that's a fucking Nord name, that is. Anyway. Kradus is there. He's congratulated by one of these chumps. Okay, we've actually lost our original target, so what we're going to do, we're going to be very crafty, because I just saw a big army there of Swadians. We're going to try and encircle this guy. He's going to go there and have a shit fit when he sees what he's riding into. Oh! Oh, maybe he already ran off. God damn it. What to do? I think we've lost... Well, we got one party of Kurgans. That's pretty good. In some of my practice runs, I actually got all 3 of them at once, so that's why I was so keen on this little course of action. But never mind. You can't always have the ideal outcome. Whoa! Shit. I support my friend Count Grainwad. I agree with you. Oh, check it out. See, Grainwad's the guy that I'm supposed to be sucking up to, but I'm really not au fait with all of the ways of doing that. That thing I just did, I was actually going to do it to Grainwad himself, so... But that still worked. It still went up a couple of points. Sorry, I'm thinking... Like 4D chess, forget it. It's just like 17 dimensions. Kradus forgets so many things so often. It's like he has dementia. Dimensions. Fuck me. Oh, God. Yeah, here's my situation. Today, it's Monday night. Tonight, as I record this. And I'm going to be flying out of here on Friday morning. Early morning. So Friday, basically, I don't have. And I've got to... Everything I want to do before I leave Perth, I've got to do by then. And, I've got a little hectic. I have to think of ways of collecting videos to upload for the next 2 months because I'm not going to be here. I very nearly said, fuck it, I'm not going to bother. The way I did earlier in the year when my wifey came to visit. But I thought that just is lame. It's lazy. It's stick in the mud territory, and it's what I've been forced to be for half the year while I was sick. I mean, like I said, since July. Coughing and wheezing and unable to breathe. Check this out. I support Count Regas. I'm going to agree with you. Fucking hell, look at it. We're maxing out relations with Grainwad here. Let's go for broke now. Ah, shit. See, it doesn't take much. Maybe 5 or 6 on that chart. And all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Pardon me? You're a good match for my daughter. Go for it. Fuck each other blind. Now, the real problem is that he then asks for an immense dowry. Money that Kradus wouldn't have in a million years. But at least it's a start. Do any tasks for me? A group of tiger bandits. What the fuck? We're in the completely wrong region for that. I think I know what. Yeah, look at that. He's made me a fucking marker for it over there. What the? I just gotta. I need a minute. The fuck is the guy giving me a quest over there for? Alright, let me just go to Durham. I've got some business to attend to here. Again, this is kind of cheaty knowledge. It's the kind of thing you only know because you've played the game 100 times in a practice run, but this fucking thing here, the Great Hammer. Because Scotty has a lot of sieging, or Kradus rather, has a lot of sieging he wants to get on with. We need something that can go through a shield, or a weapon that's being held up. I don't know, I'm not really up on the specifics. All I know is it's fucking badass, and it knocks men out instantly, and I get a bunch of prisoners, if I do things that way. We're buying this helmet, I'll tell you why in a minute. And we're going to stock up on food because we're going to be riding for a while. Ugh. Check it out. Fill in those fucking pockets. Yeah, now. Where Artie Manor. Quite frankly, I've taken a disliking to this guy's face. So we're just going to smack that helmet on. Cool. It's expensive, but worth it in the end, I think. Now, as I may have already intimated at some point, where are we? Jelbeggy Castle, the thing that I've been jerking off over for fucking episodes and suffering target fixation. We are not going to be sieging that. Not first, anyway. We're going to be taking this thing here, Kelradan, because it needs siege towers, right? And I've always been like, oh, it takes so long to build them, but I actually sat down at a flash of inspiration and I was like, well, how long does it really take to build a siege tower? And I made Kradus sit there with his buddies and build one of these things. And to be quite honest, it doesn't take that long. It just takes a few minutes. So, well, I don't fucking know. I'm running my mouth and coming across like a complete Goomba tonight, but, you know, not that long. It's tolerable. As long as your architect character is alive. So, we're going to be taking that one first. We're going to be taking that one, and then we're going to go to Jolbagi. Basically, you see this map? It's going to be a redressing, because if I start taking castles, I might be able to start a war between these two factions, and I might put a stop to this blue wave here. And with any luck, we'll start a red wave, a really impressive one. And start to just take some of this border country here. I mean, it's been a while since I saw the default map, but basically the Nords aren't meant to be anywhere south of this mountain range. So, this is an intrusion. I heard a noise behind me. Where the fuck's Kradus? We there yet? Fuck. Yeah, to be quite honest, I'm not happy about this quest thing, but on the bright side, I think once it's done, Grainwad will like me enough that he'll be...
I'd slit your throat for a trinket.
You fucking mind? He'll be cool with me pounding his little girl, and, choice of words. Here's another trick I've learned in Warband. I like to leave my guys parked at the beginning, before the action. I have to press mount now, because the knights, and I don't know why this is, they somehow think it's appropriate to jump off their horses if they sit still for long enough. I don't know what that's all about. Let's get my desperados to follow me. Those are my characters. What you call them? Companions? Dudes that work for you. Whoa! Fuckwit. Nice shot. Let's get another one. Ah, missed! Oh, copped another one. Oh! Jesus, tiger bandits are heavy on the archery, aren't they? I've got backup music playing on the Mac because Warband is still doing that thing where it goes mute for a while. Oh, this is too easy. I'm just gonna start. Because I think part of leveling the troops up is letting them come and join in the fun, which I used to be pretty much averse to because, well, actually, you know what? I have no idea why. I think it's basically 10 years of habit. I'm like, oh, I don't want to lose my soldiers. Let me take care of it all. But as a trick, that only really works on the difficulty setting that I'm playing on, which is I'm fucking buff. Everyone else is, you know, paper mache. But beyond that, I've learned not to be too attached to my soldiers because I can just get more. Obviously, it's a pain in the ass and expensive and it takes time, but, you know. Whoa! Man, Kradus is brutal tonight. Look at all the murders. Sending these guys to their primitive gods. Look at this. Oh, wait, he didn't die. Okay. Alright, everyone, just go crazy. And the beauty of it is, now that I'm actually using my cavalry for something good, I mean, I can just say, charge, and then ride off, and watch them have their fun. I don't have to stress anymore. I had no idea just how hard I was making this game for myself, being the big man, taking it all on himself. Kradus, learn to just sit back a bit. I mean, if this guy wants to be a king, which, you know, I have to decide if he's ever going to make his own faction and all that shit, because how long have I been playing this for? 6 years? On the channel, that is. Guy's got to make a move if he's ever going to really... Oh! Thanks for the music. Who got knocked out? I saw a couple of my buddies got knocked out. Ah, fuck's sake. Yeah, he's the architect. He needs to be up and about if we're going to be doing any sieging. So we're just going to pull in the coup for a minute. Take a little look at the... What is that? A little look at the markets, buy some cheese. Oh, I mean... I think you've got enough food, actually. I bought cheese and gave bread. How does that work out? Yeah, I'm waiting for my guys to be a little more perked up, because when you go into these bandit lairs, you usually take your companions with you, and if they've got low health, it's going to get ugly. Oh, for fuck's sake, Ymira, what's wrong with you? So this is expensive, too. I mean, it's going to basically boil down to me raiding every village I can get my hands on, because... Like I say, getting married in this is very expensive. And I also want to do things like buy more, what you call it? Little shops and stuff in the cities. You know how you buy, like, a brewery or whatever? I want to get a few more of them. Go in the fucking lair. Come on. He's not doing it. There we go. Attack the hideout. I don't like these bandit missions. I kind of wish... what's his face? Grainwad gave me something else to do, but... I mean, this is probably one of the simpler things you could actually do for a lord in this game. Sometimes they give you really obscure shit like... I don't know if there's actually any cattle collecting, but, you know, that's the kind of shit I want to avoid. Check out the battle map here. Whoa! Heads up. Alright. Gonna trudge up the hill here. Okay, there's one. It takes so long to find the fucking guys on these bandit missions, that's why I hate them. And oh, what the fuck? I got one shot by something. What the fuck did he shoot me with? This throat. Oh, there's more than one cave entrance. Fucking hell. See, I don't know, is that like a spawn point? Are those barrels or eggs? I'd love to know where the bad guys actually come from in these missions. Alright, here we go. Fucking hell. Look at that crisp, cool, wintry air. Filling your lungs with icy chill. Oh! Fuck's sake, drop dead. There we go. Has anybody actually got a kill count for Kradus? What you can do for me. This is why we need interns. Someone's gonna just watch all of it. Oh, find out how many people I've brained. Fuck yeah. Shirtless? What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Oh, fuck, here's another one. I don't actually trust my guys to win their own fights is another thing. Like... Music? No music? Music? No music? I've seen them get brained by, really the most underwhelming baddies. What the fuck? This guy's got some beans. Look at him. He's cosplaying as episode 1 Kradus. Can you believe that? Whoa! Oh! Can I, like, catch rocks with my sword? Fuck, so I'm putting the sword down. You're gonna get fisted. Fuck you, scumbag. Into your cave where you belong. Hey, it's not even a real cave! You fucking dishonest people. Oh. Should probably just get my sword out again. Yeah, like I said before, loading the game up with nostalgic foley, such as Warcraft sword sounds. Probably a game nobody knows about, called Prince of Destruction for the old Mac. I popped a couple of sounds from there, and I just love... I don't know, I like to have reminders of old shit going off. It makes me feel happy. Yeah, my guys are all getting knocked out, I don't know. They're all getting one shot, because for some reason in this game, throwing axes and spears are just these deadly fucking... I doubt any of these guys could actually throw one hard enough to hurt you, but... In Warband logic, it's like, the show's over if you get hit by one of them. Anybody left? Oh, 2 left. Fuck, and they're on the other side of the map. Are you joking me? Fuck. Yeah, I've got to run down the fucking snowy mountain. And the music comes back on. For fuck's sake. It's a sign of, I don't know, maybe attention deficit disorder or something. I need constant music playing, otherwise I'm just... The sound of dead air immediately sucks me out of things. Yeah, what's this? Oh! Good block! Take on 2 of these fucking gingers at once. Get fucked. Fuck you. Haha! Great! Rock and roll! What do I get? Grapes. I mean... Jeez. I mean, Count Grainwad didn't actually tell me whether or not I could keep the grapes or not, did he? Like, we didn't really discuss that, wasn't in the terms of the deal. Let's take this shit anyway. I doubt I'll sell it for much, but... I mean, we are looking to get laid with Lady Sonadel, so we should probably take everything we can get. Oh, fucking hell. 126? Really? Yeah. Alright. Now I have to... See, this is what pisses me off. I kind of... This wasn't really pre-planned. I knew that doing Grainwad a favour would be a good thing, but I had no real ambitions as to where to do it. But I assumed that if he gives me a quest, it's going to be down here somewhere, since he was, you know. If he says local bandit lair, you might think it would be down here, but no, he sends me off to fucking... Anyway, I need some music. God damn. I'm just looking at the map and really thinking about my possibilities here. I mean, this thing, I don't know why that's purple. I don't know why this is green. The whole... I don't know, the wars that my factions have been getting into in this playthrough that I've been doing, they don't seem logical. About the only thing that makes sense is just how small the Vega Empire's gotten. Look at this. Guys have got nothing. But everything else, I don't know, it seems a bit arse now. Rodox, they look like they have too much land to me. I don't know why. Purple, yellow, I don't know. That's looking way far ahead. I mean, the idea of Kradus ever actually being a king, that might be pushing it. I might have to define, like, my own kind of victory conditions, like something I'd be happy with. Getting married to Lady Sonador would be one little... Oh, where the fuck is everyone? I'm trying to find Grainwad. Shit. Visit Lady, destroy Bannerlord. Oh, so, hang on, wait a minute, she's not here. She moved. Oh, Warband. Fuck. It could be that since he owns Kudan, maybe she's been shipped off there, but I just got back from there. Do we really have to go back up? Well, game. Don't do this to me. So much for finding a quick and expedient way to get the perfect outcome in all things. Those practice games were for nothing. Hang on. Okay, first things first. I really gotta find Grainwad. Let's track him down. He's probably fucked off this way somewhere. And here's another thing I don't like. Wars that are completely against what I want. See, that's a slightly better lion than the one that was at the game. Yeah, I don't want a war with the Kurgans. I want a war with the Nords, because I've been kicking the shit out of them for literally years now. And I want a license to do it. I don't want King Harlaus, is that his name? Always bitching at me for attacking his... Ooh, for making him look bad. Fighting people he's not actually at war with. God, there's a lot of words to get up. Where the fuck is everyone? Oh my god, I'm actually gonna... I don't know where to look for everyone. Should I just start sieging? Might be the only thing left. Because we're running out of money here. And we're not doing what we... Gal Bulba legged it. Coward. Alright, check it out. Here we go. Let's pile on the fucking promotions here. And boom! Siege Castle. Oh! It actually worked! Me and David have this thing going where I can't really crack my knuckles and then he'll show me how it's done. That wasn't a particularly impressive one, but... You know. Hang on. It's more like I'm trying to resuscitate someone. Yeah, apparently they're sieging one of my villages. Big whoop. I actually don't want the fucking thing. Fuck knows how much rent I actually get from it, but it's not enough. It's enough to keep me working at the coalface, you know what I mean? Woo! You know, I said building a siege tower doesn't take that long in the grand scheme of things. I might have been wrong. Oh! I actually have to have my hand on the buzzer here, because if... Here's the thing. This is a good way to lure Nords into an ambush, because I figured out that I can actually beat far superior numbers of guys if I just use my cavalry and all that stuff. But if they send too many, then I have to fucking leg it. Get out of my face. So yeah, I really have to pay attention. Oh! Lead your soldiers, there we go, alright. Kradus has a crossbow, he's going to need it. Get his friends to follow him, and his archers to follow him. This is all very... I've worked this out. And unless I'm exceedingly unlucky, this should work. Ribliette Castle's a lot harder to take than this one. I am kind of nervous doing this on camera though, so this could be a bit of a fuck up. But we'll see how we go. I'd like to have my archers up here. Basically, I've worked out a very cheaty, scummy way of winning this castle, and that is to send your cavalry guys, who are all knights, and they've got nice shields and helmets and things. They're very tough, they can take a beating. Send them under there to distract these Nords. And I've justified this as being not cheaty by thinking, well, Nords are fucking stupid. Like, in universe, these guys are all inbred cousin fuckers. That's the only thing we've got in common, in fact. In common is that we've all had their cousins. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, yeah. I can live with exploiting the Nord stupidity because, as far as I'm concerned, that should be in the game anyway. It's like a fact of life. My archery is not that good. I don't know. I've kind of had some practice of getting the headshots. Hang on, what's this? Yeah, I got one! And sometimes this can get downright amusing. The number of bodies in that box up there, they start to dangle out the windows and shit. It gets very... Oh! Fucking hell. Very cinematic. Alright, hang on. Any more actual archers? I really like to deal with the archers nice and early. But it's not that necessary because... Again, I mean, the Nords have this obsession with the one-shot weapons, the fucking deadly spears, which, again, in real life would never work. Let's take the sound a little bit so you guys can hear the yelling. Yeah, yell at them some more, that'll work. Every battle in Warband boils down to a bunch of men going, "Ah!" and exploits. It comes down to real... Whoop! Just trying to navigate my own soldiers there. Yeah, it's all exploits. I mean, I'm sure every castle has a surefire, effective way to siege it without losing too many dudes in the process, and that's really what I'm looking for with everything. I need some music. Alright, here we go. See, look at this. At least some of them are distracted by the infantry and ah! Oh no, Kradus! Oh, you're letting the team down here, dude. Alright, these Goombas. I mean, here's my companions. There's a lion, Artie Mena. Fucking reprobates a lot of them. I don't really trust them to do the right thing when it counts. But here we are. They're what I've got. Oh, fuck's sake. I just wish I could be that little bit more accurate. I'm usually pretty good. You gotta look for guys that aren't holding their shields up. Oh, got one! Look at the timing on that, cunt. Oh, beautiful. There's one. He's holding an axe. Like he's gonna catch this. Here we go. You actually can kind of get the guys that are holding their shields up if you aim at the right spot, but it's almost impossible. And it's also just... So that's why I don't feel too bad about cheating in this siege, because I can see when I hit someone in the face. I can see when the arrow goes above their shield. And when I don't get the hit for that, I think it's more than fair to equal the balance, you know, to redress the situation. So, in short, I don't really mind cheating, because Warband is a hell of a grind, and I should be getting a lot more rewards for the time I've put in. I'm only about 20% serious when I say that. Oh, headshot. Now, in a second, that hammer is going to come in handy, because I've got to break through that line of angry Nords. And if I can make it through without dying, if I pull a full-on Gimli... and my axe! All that stuff. I can get in there and say, cavalry, follow me up the ladder. And they come steaming in, and then I can hack away at the back of them with my hammer. And my cavalry up the front, mowing the lawn, so to speak. It does work. It's not a bad strategy. This is probably the easiest castle to siege, if I'm bleedingly honest. Oh! I missed one and got somebody else. That's pretty fucking amazing. That's what you want. A battle that is so hectic and bloody that you're killing people by accident. Like, is that the last arrow? I've got one more. Here we go. Alright. Fire it up. Boom! Got another one. Alright. Let's go, guys. Dun 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 dun. Oh, okay. Fuck! I gotta call the cavalry. Literally. Oh! This is my favourite part of sieging Grainwad Castle. Is standing up on this parapet over here and watching the cavalry come up. Here they come. Rent an army. Are they coming? Oh god, they're stuck behind archers. Fuck's sake! You guys get out of the way. Fuck's sake! This isn't going to work if we spread our dudes out. We need to come in as a unified block. A unit. Fuck off. Bulba sucks. Look at this. Nice flower fucking shields. David just distracted me. Oh! We're looking for multiplayer shit to play, but we honestly have no idea. We played Prison Architect and Stardew Valley, and we're like, oh, what else is there? I can have a clue. Oh! A lot of my guys are getting hammered. I'm really gonna move in here. Step it up. Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah, look. These are all Boulder's personal soldiers, you can tell by the shields. They've all got flowers on them. What a bunch of pussies. Alright, everybody charge. I'm actually stuck. Oh my god, guys, seal the deal, let's go! What's this? Fucking ginger turd. Fucking kicking ass. Is that all of them? What a bloodbath! Check it out, I fucked them. Look at that. Damn. Oh, some nice celebration music here from Lady Hawk. This is the music of a champion. I'm gonna probably get copyrighted for that, but never mind. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. It's alright, boys, you've earned it. We're all just pouring beer on each other and celebrating. Would you just look at the fucking devastation of a siege well done. Yeah. Okay, how many we actually lose? We lost 2 men-at-arms, basically. But we replaced them with prisoners. Check it out. I didn't actually knock that many people unconscious in the... I like to take more prisoners, but... oh, fuck, I'm not talking about. I can only actually take 15 at a time. Doesn't really matter. Ding! Let's just take shit, because... Actually, no, we don't. You know what? I'm not going to fucking spend the next 2 minutes selling stuff. But I will take that armor, because I'm pretty sure somebody has... has inferior clothes to that. I think it might be Rolf. Oh god, I'm really starting to lose it. Yeah, hang on. Alright, let's just get everyone promotions. Yeah, it's Rolf. See, he's cosplaying as fucking Season 2 Kradus. Look at that dumb outfit. I'm telling you, they're all previous incarnations. Hang on. You just hold that thought. Man. God, my retention is 39, 33. Just find people with worse helmets than that. And get them upgraded. 39, 33, 36. Oh, okay. Whatever. Hang on. Oh my god. What about this guy? I don't like that helmet. Makes him look like a fucking desert dweller. In fact, I will actually give this guy a worse helmet just to avoid seeing that one again. It's all about the cosmetics in Scotty's Warband. Whoa, 40, fucking hell. Ymira gets the best because I'm trying to fucking make her like a ham sandwich. Okay, he's running away from me, I don't know why. He's heard the rumours. Okay, cool, thank fuck for that. They've made peace. See that, again, I don't want war with the Kyrgyz because I've got no interest in their shitty realm. Look at this place, it's a fucking dump. I want this lovely, verdant, foresty, Nordic plains up here, but without the Nordic people. It's kind of... I've basically come to improve. Alright, let's sell some helmets. Get rid of Rolf's old tattered fucking battle outfit. Can't say fairer than that. Is there anything else we can sell? It's not enough for bread. Cool. I mean, that's not bad. I don't think I want to pile another siege on top of what we just did, because too much in one video is going to make Jack a dull boy. Let's just see what we're dealing with though. Yeah, I mean, factions. North. Actually made their flag a little prettier, because the Raven didn't really look very authentic to me, so I googled, you know, Nordic Raven and put my own one on there. Things that no one's ever going to pay attention to. Yeah. I think the next thing we're going to do is take this castle, so we'll put the handbrake on there and just take some time to think, because, oh, my fucking head. Oh, one more thing as well. Check this out. Drinking from the skulls of my enemies. I'm very proud of this purchase. I actually smashed it. It's like a resin or something. And I knocked it over, and this whole horn got crunched into about 30 pieces. Don't look too closely, but it's been glued back together, and it's, you know, it ain't bad. Anyway. Look, I'll get back to you guys soon. I do love Warband, and hopefully making a little more progress soon. Yeah, improving Kradus' name in the realm. I better save.